Shea Marie Diva and Vixens podcast episode 22 is dedicated to the legendary Toronto video vixen Pasha Bleasdale, who passed away on June 4th.
All I get to see the real me and where I come from as we played us from the beginning.
Our special guest this week is singer and actress Simone Miller.
So today, Shea Marie Diva and Vixen podcast, special guest by the name of Simone Miller.
Hi, thank you so much for having me. I'm really excited.
Okay. So could you tell us how you got started in show business? Your background is pretty interesting.
Thank you. Yeah, for sure. I actually started out with acting. I knew I always wanted to do music, but when I was younger, I was pretty shy. I still am. But my mom thought that acting would be kind of a good way to break me out of my shell a little bit, which it was. And then, I kind of just fell in love with it and was blessed with so many great opportunities. Through acting, I was able to do a couple web series. I did a web series called Detention Adventure.
Attention students, year-end exams are coming up.
Press through the retro solution.
I knew you would be.
Are your parents mad?
Just confused. Their nerdy little daughter is getting suspended.
Most recently, I did Run the Burbs for CBC. I also did Working Moms for Netflix. I've been really blessed. And then around 2 years ago now, I decided to get my feet wet in the music. And yeah, I've just been really fortunate in experimenting with writing and making music. But yeah, I've just been really fortunate and I'm really grateful.
Okay, so how did you feel when you first started acting out?
I was terrified.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was so scared. I mean, I was like this little shy kid who lived in like literally the middle of nowhere, like avoided social interaction when I could. So, kind of being like pushed into this industry where you have to constantly be marketing yourself. And, in an audition room especially, they're always going to be looking for that kid who's just going to keep talking and that kid who's not afraid to try different things. So yeah, it was definitely a learning experience for me. But it was also a lot of fun to kind of be surrounded by a bunch of like-minded people who also loved the arts and loved acting and loved music. So I think that definitely helped push me into not being so scared of people.
Yeah. Yeah, so I see that you have a mixture of acting and singing. And I see that you had a role as Dorinda Clark, as the younger version of yourself. Could you tell us how that came about and how that experience was?
Yeah, oh my gosh, it was insane. I remember I got the audition and I was like, yeah, okay, no way, I'll audition, but like, that's great, yeah, that's funny, But I auditioned and I ended up landing the gig, which was insane to me. Just to be working with such incredible and strong and prominent women in the industry. Yeah, but it was such a surreal experience, though I wasn't on set too much. It was only like a couple days, but still, like I remember I was like trying to soak in as much as I could, just trying to remember everything and really take it in because I was like seriously like wide-eyed the whole time. I was like walking everywhere like but yeah, no, it was definitely an amazing experience that I'll cherish forever.
So I seen the producers of that show was Queen Latifah and Mary J. Blige. Did you get to meet them?
No, I wanted to. We were supposed to have a premiere, but obviously because of COVID, it just wasn't safe to have a big premiere. But me and the other Clark sister Minnie's were planning on meeting her there. But yeah, it just never happened, but that's okay.
Okay. So which actors would you love to meet and act with and why?
Ooh, that's a good question. So many.
Yeah.
So many for like different reasons. I feel like it's hard to just think of like one.
Yeah.
But I would probably have to say I would love the opportunity to act with maybe like Julia Roberts.
Julia Roberts.
Yeah, just because I feel like she's such like this powerful woman, and like I've
Yeah,
watched so much growing up. Like I've watched so many of her movies, and I actually know a couple people who have had the opportunity to work with, and they've all said that she's just like
great.
wonderful
Yeah,
and so sweet. So yeah, I'd love to like pick her brain a little bit on like her different acting techniques because like she's
yeah.
incredible, you know.
So, what would you say is the difference and similarities doing acting and singing?
I feel like there are definitely a lot of similarities. I feel like in both music and acting, you have to be able to kind of hold yourself and like present yourself to other people because, again, constantly you're branding yourself and like you are kind of your business in a sense.
Yeah,
So, you know, you kind of have to be good with people a little bit, which definitely took a bit of learning for me.
yeah,
Um, But I feel like there's also the similarity within putting your emotion into like this entity, whether it's a song, whether it's a character, a show, whatever. You definitely have to be in touch with your emotions, especially with music. If you don't feel what you're singing or you don't, you know, really resonate with the message of the song, neither is your audience. If you don't
yeah,
care what the song's about, neither are the people that you're trying to market it to. Because
yeah.
at the end of
People feel it. Yeah, the people feel the energy. Yeah,
yeah, because like at the end of the day, like with my music, I know I want to be able to kind of relate to and touch as many people as I can with my message.
yeah,
Um, whereas with acting, it's the same thing. If you don't believe what your character's saying, neither is the audience. You know,
that's
like if
correct.
you're doing this character just to say the lines and you're not actually thinking about what this person is feeling in this given moment, and really resonating with that, neither is the audience. They're not going to believe it if you don't believe it.
Yeah. So, which artists are you currently listening to?
So many. um, I'd probably say I've been really obsessed with, well, I've always been obsessed with, but recently I've just been listening to like Stevie Wonder
Oh,
nonstop.
yeah,
Yeah.
praise minister. Yeah, he's up there.
Oh my God, he's incredible. Like he just blows my mind.
So, could you tell us about your latest single?
Yeah, for sure. My newest single is Acquaintance. It's it's funny. It's kind of about me being very antisocial and like how the party scene isn't really my thing,
Yeah,
having literally never been to a party. So it's kind of like what my imagination of like kind of uh a party scenario would be, just
yeah,
because I still am very introverted. And like I am a people person. Like I definitely love people, but like
yeah,
it's like a whole room of like screaming people and like there's just a lot. I get overwhelmed. So acquaintance is kind of just like my homage to being an antisocial social person.
I also seen your latest music video. Could you tell us about that one too?
For sure. Older. That was like such an amazing experience for me personally, just because this music video I had the opportunity to conceptualize as well as co-direct,
Yeah,
um, which was so surreal for me just because I'm very used to being in front of the camera just because I'd been acting since I was 10. But to kind of like step behind the camera and get to watch your vision come to life in real time is
yeah,
like it's I can't even explain it. Honestly, it just makes me so happy thinking back to it now. But Older is definitely something that was very close to my heart, the song and the music video, just because I remember I started writing it on the night of my 15th birthday. I
yeah,
have this thing where I don't love my birthday. I don't really like getting older, especially like through COVID. I felt like I was kind of robbed of, in a sense, like a couple years of my life, you know, where,
happy birthday. Yeah,
right? Like I feel like everyone can really relate to that, where you know, I felt like when my birthday came around, I was like, but I'm not done being 14. I don't want to be 15 yet. Like,
yeah,
there's so many things that I want to do. And, you know, I want to be a kid. I don't want to grow up. Growing up is gross.
yeah.
um,
Verse it.
yeah, right? Like, I don't know, the song was kind of just my way to articulate that kind of absurd emotion of not wanting to move on, um,
Yeah.
but also like looking ahead and like looking ahead for all these things and all these opportunities and all these goals that I wanted to reach instead of like enjoying the present moment, you know?
Okay. So
Yeah.
you said you're a songwriter, which is interesting. How did you come up with your concepts and where do you get that source inspiration from?
Yeah, it's pretty strange actually. I had always loved writing. Like growing up, my favorite subject was always English. I loved poetry. I just loved literature, and I loved like getting to express yourself through just writing in general. But it was only like a couple years ago when I kind of translated that passion into songwriting, which I found like I really loved because it could be really personal, but also beautiful at the same time.
Yeah.
And I found that for older, like inspiration literally just like ran through me. I can't even explain it. Like I
Yeah.
remember it was the night of my 15th birthday. I was literally like counting down the minutes until my birthday. And I'm like sitting here and I'm like, no, I don't like it. I don't like it. It's gross. It's almost there. Nope, I don't like it.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? Like instead of just stressing about this, let me just, put pen to paper and kind of just write exactly what I'm feeling right now.
Yeah.
And I did. And I look back and I was like, it's kind of good.
It,
um,
it is good.
Thank you. So I kind of took like my favorite lines from like my huge little splurge and
Yeah.
we just ran with it. And I don't know, I'm the kind of person where it could be any given moment. Like I could hear something or like hear somebody say something and I'll be like, and like literally write an entire song in one
Yeah.
sitting. It's
That's great.
I feel like, yeah, a lot of artists I find like they like to write in bits and pieces. For me, it's literally just one inspiration, the whole thing comes out. And then I'll obviously like, go back and tweak it and perfect it. But yeah, no, I found for older, the concept just came really easily to me because it was genuinely what I was feeling in that moment.
Yeah. So what do you feel that you bring to the music industry now that's will separate you from other singers?
That's a good question. I think it's just, I think I love lyrics and
Yeah.
I love kind of articulating absurd emotions that aren't really specific. So I think what separates me from other artists is just wanting to create music that people really resonate with. Because even if that, for me, older, that's my specific takeaway, I feel like if somebody else were to listen to it, they can take away whatever they want or whatever they need in that moment. So I feel like for me, it's just kind of like nailing those specific weird feelings that
Yeah.
come to pass, and presenting it to people and just saying like, hey, like it's a valid thing and that's a real thing and like you don't have to feel alone in feeling this way. Just because like I try to write about different things. Like I literally haven't written anything about love and I won't because I just can't. I'm just like, gross. No, no, thank you. No, get it away. I'm
It's
more,
time to
um,
write the love songs.
but yeah, I think what separates me is just wanting to really articulate and say things in like a cool and different and poetic um, way and present it to somebody as kind of their way to relate to a bunch of people on a huge scale. Yeah.
Well, that's good because you already have a little difference already being a songwriter because a lot of singers have writers, but that's already a lane that you could separate yourself from other people.
Thank you.
So, are there any artists you would love to collaborate with?
So many. I would love to collaborate with Georgia Smith. I love her. Oh my gosh, I pull so much inspiration from her. Just because I love how, again, like her songs are really focused on her lyrics, and the production on her songs are all beautiful, but they're all really stripped back, and it kind of forces you to really zero in on what she's saying and like feel that and experience that with her, which is something that I love. And I like also I love her because she does the same thing.
Yeah.
Like her lyrics are just so real and just so raw and just like ugh, you know. I would love to collaborate with her and again like pick Georgia Smith and her's brain, just to like figure out their process and like the motivation behind their music and how they write. I feel like that would be like just incredible.
I also see you do some giving back to the community. Could you tell us some of the stuff that you've done?
Yeah, for sure. A couple years ago, I had the opportunity to go paint some churches, which was really humbling, and I loved it. It was great. It was through my dad actually because he works in construction. So his company had the opportunity to go help out paint these churches, and he was like, "Hey, like, do you want to do it? I don't really think any kids are going to be there," but I was like, "Yeah, sure, let's go." Like, but yeah, no, it was so fun, and it felt really good to like give back and just do something selfless, which is something
Yeah.
I really felt like I needed to do just to ground myself a little bit, you know?
Okay. So, do you have any other projects upcoming that people could look forward to in the next few months, summertime?
Yeah, for sure. I'm definitely working on a lot more music.
Yes.
um, and I'm looking to kind of get my feet wet in the performance industry just because I feel like COVID definitely robbed myself and a lot of other artists of that opportunity to just like get on stage.
Yeah.
Um, just because I feel like it'll be such a cool experience because I'm used to being in front of a lot of people within the nature of acting. You're always in front of like at least 50 people in a camera. But
Yeah.
getting to like, I feel like I'm really excited to start performing and to kind of channel that energy from all those people and really connect with them firsthand, which is what I'm really excited
Yeah, it gives us synergy, and when you're performing, it's
for.
different
Yeah,
than just being in the studio.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. But yeah, no, I'm really, really excited to start performing. And yeah, maybe another music video, but we'll see.
Okay. So, is there anything that you would like people to know about you that they don't know about?
Ooh, that's a good question. Um, I feel like I just would like want people to know that I'm never gonna be that person who like pretends to like be like so cool and like whatever. I don't know, like
Yeah.
like I'm not really like that kind of person to paint myself as somebody that I'm not or something that I'm not.
Just
Just like
genuine. Just being genuine.
yeah, I feel like it's just so much better to like be a real person and like be relatable and like I'm a little bit of a weirdo sometimes. I love that. I'm very clumsy. I'm sure like people are gonna love laughing at me falling over and I'm okay with that. Like just that I'm like a very like down to earth like chill person. Like
Yeah.
I'm not ever gonna like make myself up to be this person that I'm not just because I don't see the point in it. I'd rather be able
True.
to connect on my audience but on that level as well as just being like, hey, like so like I don't know, like
Yeah.
I'm not like this huge scary person that I feel like a lot of artists make themselves up to be. um
Yeah.
I'd rather just be like chill and down to earth and somebody that you could see yourself just like grabbing a coffee with or something.
Okay. So, is there any lasting words that you would like to leave the viewers with?
I guess I'd just like to say again, thank you so much. This has been so much fun and I've loved
Sure.
this opportunity. The whole message behind your podcast is really beautiful
Thank
and
you. Thank you.
yeah, I really think you're going to touch a lot of people's hearts with it. And I'm just like so grateful to have even been like a small part of that. But yeah, I hope everyone has a great day. Yeah.
Okay.
Hey everyone watching Worldwide Entertainment TV. This is Ashley. Let us know your thoughts below and hit that notification bell after subscribing. Visit wwetvn.com to check out this worldwide exclusive.